I am already in the car, and I'm about to head home. I went to the gym this morning. I got up at like 6 a.m. I got some animation work I gotta do, and I gotta chunk it out quickly because I only have today and Thursday. And Saturday, I gotta just... Saturday, I'm gonna have to just edit. Maybe I'll have some time Friday, but I have to be done like inking it by like today, so I can spend all of Thursday coloring, and then maybe Friday as well. But I can't work Wednesday because I have to be at work all day. I can't do it Sunday because I have church, then work after that. And my software expired on Monday, and I'm not paying for a whole month just for 5 more days of work, because then I'm just going to have to animate the rest of that month too, and I don't want to do that because I have prints I have to work on for a con that I am going to, my first one. It's not even a big one, but it's okay because it doesn't matter. Changing your life is hard. Changing your life is very hard. Trying to break away from comfort is like very, very hard. I've worked at where I work for like 4 years. And before that, I worked where I worked for 3 years. I'm a very loyal worker person because as long as you pay me and I feel like it's worth it and I can pay my bills, we straight. I left my first job because the social part went down the drain, unfortunately. And while that shouldn't be a dictator of the job, it was. And also, it's not like I was getting paid good anyway. Especially not for how far I was going to come to work. But this place, it's not the same place it was when I got hired. I mean, it kind of is, but like, not really. In terms of like what we do to set up and prepare, and there's no real leadership. I mean, there is, but like, it's not holding anybody accountable. Not even me. And even when it does hold me accountable, it's just me because I'm the only one that's there, and it's whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. This is not a work rant. This is me just talking about like changing your life. I've worked at only 2 real jobs, 3 if you want to be technical, but I don't count that first one since I knew everybody there before I even worked there because it was family related. And coming to terms with your situation and how stuff really is hard, and you're in denial. Honestly, most people of y'all are in denial, I'm included. And trying to break away from that delusion that you've been feeding, or that you've been told, or that you've been believing is crazy. Like, if you have debt, you shouldn't be doing anything but working. You shouldn't be... What are you doing, sir? Bro, school is over. What is this bus for? It is summertime. If y'all don't get this bus out of here, I should not have to stop. Especially ain't no kid over here. This is train tracks over here. This house over here. Why do I gotta stop? I know it's the law, but I don't care. It's stupid. The Lord done threw Dave Ramsey up in my YouTube feed, so I got a huge wake-up call yesterday. I'm broke because I'm in debt, because everything you making should be going to the debt anyway, and if it's not all going to the debt, then what are you doing? You're just spending that money that you don't really have. And for some of y'all might be like, that makes no sense. If you're making the payments, then you're paying it down. But no, like, why? you should be able to keep all of it, not just some of it. And for me to live at home, not pay rent, not pay for car insurance, and a bunch of other stuff that I probably should have to pay for, and me not pay down none of this debt as quickly as I can, and apparently I don't have that much debt, according to like other people my age, is crazy. I should have been in debt. I should have been out of debt last year. But part of the problem is you've been told for years you got to get up, go to school, go to college, get a degree, get a job for whatever you went to school for, and then you're going to just live your life. That's not what happens. That is not what happens. The world changes in a time span when you grow up. What was possible when you were a baby because your parents just did it may not be possible when they become college bound or adult bound. The world can be two completely different things. Two completely different spaces it can be. That's what I've learned, because when I was growing up, it was the prime time of being an adult. That we know. I don't know what I am. This Gen Z millennial crap, I don't know, and I don't care. But whatever I am, the time when I was growing up, that when it was the time to be grown up. Because you could just work one job, you could get a house, and all this other tomfoolery. Now? Oh, you can't. Oh, I have no idea. The salary I make now, I would be able to have a house back when my parents were growing up. This is now becoming a generational rant, but it's not supposed to be. Let me get back on track. The point is, there's no reason I should be in debt when I could be really just, let me get this second job. Oh, no, because we just go to school, go to college, get a good job, whatever. That's where I was at. You can't, because if you go to school for something that you don't need school for, like me, animation, you don't need to go to school for that. You're just going to wind up with a piece of paper that says you completed college and a bunch of debt. I don't have a lot of debt, praise God, because of my parents, because they have the debt now, which not really the best idea on their part, but either way, no debt anywhere is any good, as I'm learning being a young adult. But compared to my sister, who's going to have much more debt, like probably more than triple my debt, because she got her master's and what she's studying, she going to be in more of a hole than me. But I got $9K on this car, and then I got $18K on my school loans. It's not bad at all. I could have this paid out before I'm 30. Easily. And if I don't have it paid out before I'm 30, I'm the problem. I should be in my own place before 30. Honestly. There's no reason I should not have everything paid down, have my own place, and maybe even another car by the time I'm 30. Although, I don't know how I'm going to go about doing that. But the first thing I got to do is get out of debt. That's the first thing I got to do. Who knows how I'm going to do that, but I'm giving myself the rest of the year. I know that. I'm giving myself the rest of the year to finish the animation projects and work on whatever and manage whatever little money I have correctly and try and do better with that, because that is part of my other problem. I spend everything extra I have because I feel like I should be allowed to, and I should, but you can't spend what ain't yours. Pay off that debt. And I have I just wrote like 5 different sticky notes and I add them to my room collection, just keep me motivated, because some days I'll be like, just don't add me nothing. And it's really crazy, because the people you surround yourself with or the things you consume will really dictate, like, if you make those changes in your life or get aware of them. Otherwise, people will just coddle you and just say whatever. I'm definitely still being coddled, but I don't care. You can't do everything in one shade, and people be like, yes, you can. Okay, well, my brain ain't there. It ain't. People who say it's possible you can make it happen, you can. But I'm not that desperate. And I'm not willing to sell all my free time away like that because I don't want to. Because it comes down to money for me at the end of the day. And when it comes down to money, then that's not a proper motivator. What am I talking about? Yes, it is. I don't know. That's for another video. Different motivators in your life. All right, I'm out. Stay humble.